Okay, everyone. Well, we will go ahead and get started. First, let me say welcome and thank you for joining our January webinar. Today, we will be discussing the 5 best practices of successful RITE studies. I am Adrienne Porter, and I work for Usability Sciences as a usability analyst. This presentation will last no more than about 20 minutes, as we want to respect your time. And then know that you will be able to get a copy of this presentation later. So first, let's discuss what is the RITE method. The RITE method stands for Rapid Iterative Testing and Evaluation. This here is the accelerated form of usability testing that allows designers and developers to make iterative changes to a prototype based on findings in a condensed work week. We infuse user feedback early in the design and make changes based on the feedback, saving you time and money. And then we, as a group, analyze the interface, the terminology used, as well as the process flow, and ultimately provide you and your team with a detailed list of findings and recommendations. So the rapid iterative test process, this is typically what it looks like at Usability Sciences. We test on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We make changes to those designs on Tuesday and Thursday. And we typically test about 4 users a day, hour and a half sessions. And then debrief at the end of each day. So our first topic today will be make sure you use your time wisely. As I previously stated, this is an accelerated form of usability testing, but though this process is quick, you don't want to rush through the details. First, you want to make sure you establish the critical tasks and objectives. Prior to testing, when you begin working with your analysts, you need to ensure or document, problems that you observed before in the design or on a live site. Concerns that you have about how well things are working, the visibility, the terminology, just the areas that you're most concerned about. And from there, the analyst will create a list of tasks that will get to those areas so that we can watch them in the session. By no means will you always get everything. We learn new things even after we begin the testing process, but this will be basically your roadmap. You want to make time to schedule your targeted participants. Recruiting may take, depending on the type of study, recruiting may take anywhere from a week to 2 weeks, so you need to make sure that you have time to both identify the type of user that you would like to have come in, as well as make preparations for those users. You need to develop a consistent, high-quality prototype. And by high quality, I don't mean high fidelity. Does not necessarily have to be a fully functioning website, but it should be consistent. The overall design should be similar. The terminology should be the same throughout the site. The functionality should be the same throughout the site. This is very important, and you do not want to waste your first day on small little mistakes, misprints, typos, because your user will catch them. And half your day has been spent on things that you knew were wrong, and not as much time on the things that you're most concerned about. So make sure you have a high quality prototype. Even if this is just pieces of paper or wireframes, you need it to be consistent, and you need it to be the best representation of what you would like to put out. Additionally, you want to make sure that you schedule time to make changes to your designs. I've had a client recently try to do an RITE in 3 days. They wanted to test during the day and make changes at night. Unfortunately, this prevented them from being able to tackle the major issues because they didn't have enough time to make the changes. So make sure you schedule that Tuesday and Thursday or whatever off day in between so that you have sufficient enough time to make changes. Topic 2. So you want to make sure that you bring your all-star team. So your all-star team should be a skilled researcher and moderator. That person is going to be the one you rely on to create your task and to ask the right questions and guide your participant through the test flow. This person will also be highly invaluable because they are able to analyze and make recommendations that day and be a part of the discussion as you're going through and making changes to the site. They can make recommendations based on best practices.